this isn't a good message from Adrian. It just says nobody's available. Jack's on the road, EJ's on the road, Sawyer's on the road. So it looks like you're stuck with me. Hello everybody, let's roll the intro.
And here we go. We have liftoff. Propulsion continues to be normal.
RCPA chamber pressure looks good.
Doubling up. Roger, planet.
Water towers fly! Yes!
Tango down to nominal.
Fighting downside speed off. Bring in speed off. It's orange!
R25! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Decollage.
What is it?
Put that in the big bag,
343 unfolds to go.
Indeed.
We rise together, back to the moon and beyond.
This methane will be igniting in the flare, correct?
Yikes. You dead? We don't need any more of these.
Who's that? Let's see. Oh, does it look like... It looks like Jack and Dee are on the road. I wonder where they could be going. That's a very interesting question that you might have right now. Hello everybody, I'm Ryan Caton. Welcome to the Flame Trench, our weekly Friday show where this week we're just going to hang out with you because yesterday on Thursday we saw like the most incredible launch of our lives. The day before that we saw the first crewed flight test of Starliner. The stars have aligned. I came up with that myself. I didn't steal it. It was from Sawyer. The stars have aligned this week. Starliner, Starship. It's been a crazy week. Of course, well, unfortunately for me, fortunately for all of you. Alex, how you doing? I guess you're our Starship expert today.
I guess, yeah. Everybody's either very tired or, well, I'm tired too. But yeah, I still have some adrenaline left after seeing this yesterday. So, I don't know. Like my brain is still trying to recover of everything that has happened last week. Last week when we were preparing, for this week's This Week in Spaceflight episode, which released just a few hours ago, I wrote a headline on our channel where we, coordinate that, where it said something on the lines of like, Starship lands, Starliner launches crew into orbit, and China launches from the far side of the moon. We had the Chinese launch from the far side of the moon. We had Starliner finally launching crew into orbit, and then we had a Starship landing both stages. Like, I was like, I'm gonna be positive. I'm gonna be, I'm just gonna call the headlines already. Then I tweaked it, and if you watch today's, the episode that we released, I put a little more poetic and things like that. Because then I started to get all the inspiration, so to speak, when I started the whole thing. But yeah, it's like everything that needed to happen right happened right, with some difficulties here and there, both for Starship and Starliner. We'll probably talk about that later into the show, but boy, it's been quite an exciting week, and this is just a start. Like, it's gonna get more exciting. I cannot wait.
Yeah, eventually we are going to be in a position where flaps melting hopefully won't happen, and Starship re-entry is just going to become so commonplace. It'll just be like, yep, that's a thing that happened. It'll just be like a plane landing on a runway. That's the future, which is still somehow, it seems so far away, but now with yesterday's flight, it seems tangible. Seems like something that can actually happen, which is exciting. As always, questions, comments, all of that jazz. Tag us in chat over one of them sides at NASASpaceflight. Comes into the queue here. I can bring them up. Say hello to everybody. How's everybody doing? Support and all of that. I think Chris B said it on the Raptor side earlier, but I'll say it again today. We got an insane amount of support over the Starliner and Starship streams. Like we we literally ran out of time. We couldn't show all of the messages we wanted to, but we just ran out of time. So I'll say it again. Everybody who supported, contributed over those streams, thank you so much. We are eternally grateful for it all. And yeah, I mean, there is words do not do it justice somehow. But yeah, just please know that we are very grateful. And also everybody on the store, the patches. I think the Flight 4 patch is now gone. We've sold out of the patch. Flight 1 patch is nearly run out. Flight 2 patch still going. So, you know, the support has been crazy, and we are so thankful and grateful for it. So yeah, Alex,
mine.
I mean,
It did a thing.
You shouldn't really show that off. People are going to want to steal that off you.
It did it. The re-entry. Look at that. I guess we should have probably, you know, anticipated that maybe the flaps were a little bit more tucked in, but that's going to to be for a future patch.
Flight 5 patch.
Hey,
it's going to have a massive gaping hole in the flap.
Exactly. We're going to get 100%, you know, success in these things because it's a bit of a project that takes a few months, and so you never know until you actually see it. But yeah, shall we start with questions or like well, I guess my question is like, what are these two doing in a car?
Well, it is. We had a great launch yesterday, so we were thinking it'd be pretty cool to go and see people fly to space. So we are driving about 13 hours to go watch some people launch.
Yeah, Virgin Galactic, their last flight of Unity is coming up. So let's see, the maps say we have 10 and a half hours to go.
And
so yeah,
don't worry, people, we won't be live for that entire 10 and a half hours. At least if we are, nobody's told me that we are.
We could for members. Like,
we could totally do it for members.
If you guys want us to play real life Desert Bus, like we can do that.
And the connection may still that video is a bit of an experimental thing. The audio we've tried. We have been doing tech checks. So if you see the video, you know, doing a bit of a wonky thing, that's normal. They are in the road, right?
Yeah, I think we're in and out a little bit, but I mean,
yeah.
We're in a mobile broadcasting studio that D literally cobbled together from parts over the course of the last, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, we've got cell antennas outside of the car going into a pack, which is powered by a battery, and we also have an AC inverter keeping like my laptop, the camera. We also, you cannot see it on our view, but we do have a GoPro up here getting a time lapse of this whole thing. And you will notice we are not in Jack's Land Rover because the members voted to put RP1 in that. So we will need to get back and
you
actually
also wouldn't,
do that.
Yes.
We also wouldn't be able to hear you because it's very loud.
Alex, it's not that loud.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
It's not that loud. It really isn't. You're thinking
D confirms what I'm saying.
Stolen. And you probably heard tales of how loud it was when I had no catalytic converters, but I have those now, so it's not that loud.
How many things did you have to fix on your car this week, Jack?
Just the drive shaft and the I swapped out one of the tires because it had a bulge in it. So, you know, just 2 things. Technically, I should have a brake light that's not functional, but I got the new unit in. Like, I ordered an actual Land Rover original part because I'm a fool, and I get it in, I take it out of the box, and I'm like, woohoo! And I set it on the table, and it falls off the table and broke a little bit. So I haven't installed the new taillight because I'm mad at myself for breaking it, and I can't decide if I want to spend a bunch of money on another one or contact the company.
So anyway, to bring us back onto the rails of we are going to see Virgin launch. Very exciting for me. Never been out there and seen something like this before.
Okay, so fingers crossed. If well, the audio does sound stable, so hopefully we'll have the audio all the way through today's show. So I'll be throwing you guys stuff. Jack is a very good driver at the moment, 10 to 2 on the wheel, looking straight ahead, no distractions. So D, I'll be throwing you stuff, and you can you can annoy Jack as you see fit.
I'll be sure to annoy him plenty, because I'm sure he'll annoy me plenty.
Hey,
I'm already
Ryan.
seeing questions coming in. Ronald's
Ryan.
asking, how many Starlink antennas?
None. I wish we had Starlink on here. That would actually be really helpful.
Have a look through here. Oh, there's a good. Only actually has come up with a good thing, which is also I checked on Next Spaceflight now. Something that I don't know, Jack, if you're going to go out and shoot. Alex, I'll toss this one over to you. Polaris Dawn is now net July 12th. Do you wanna scoop us, Alex? So I feel like before we get into the meat of the show, Polaris Dawn, pretty exciting, and it is coming up.
July 12th at 1:30 a.m. Eastern. For those that don't know, that's gonna be a very nice day to remember a lot of things, like not sleeping. Because at 1:30 a.m. Eastern, that's horrible for everybody. Even for us here on the other side of the ocean, of the Atlantic Ocean, it's gonna be like 7:30 here in Spain. And we start our, for crew missions, because they have a lot of activities well before the launch. We're probably gonna start that live stream 3 or 4 hours before the launch happens. So yeah, I'll probably have to wake up early for that one. I don't know if I'm gonna be on stream, to be fair. It's like, well, more than a month away from now. We're kind of lucky if we can get commentators lined up for a live stream before 12 hours of the live stream going live, right? Like this, spoiler alert, this kind of happened today as well, because everybody was tired. But hey, I think it's going great, right? I really like the view of D and Jack on the car. But yeah, Polaris Dawn coming up in a bit over a month from now.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Speaking
Jack,
of,
are you still with us?
I think they are.
Are they? I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out. I wanted to find out if Jack was going to go over to Florida to shoot Polaris Dawn.
Oh, I haven't seen crew launch on a Dragon in person. I don't know. I will remain non-committal. I have an insane June, so we'll see what happens to July. I can't think that far ahead right now, Ryan.
Okay. Well, we'll give you a moment to figure it out.
Since you were ignoring me before, I just wanted to bring up the best ship.
We can see God. Look at that, Kevin.
No, you can't see God. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've got to say something I almost said on the main Starship stream. The ship 26 static fire, for me personally, was more exciting than the actual super heavy launch, because I could not see the launch, and I was farther away than I've been for the previous launches. So even though the launch itself was louder, I was far enough away to sort of make up for it that it didn't feel that way to me. But this best ship was fantastic.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I have a question for you.
You're my new favorite person, D.
Thank you so much.
I have a question for you, D. Have you ever gone to Vandenberg to hear a launch?
So,
boo!
This is the same
I have never
experience,
gone
just
to
a very much
Vandenberg.
larger rocket.
And I have never seen or heard a launch from California.
Well, this is the same experience. You get the same experience if you go to Vandenberg. But on the other hand, it's a Starship what you're hearing, so
Alex,
it's a lot more powerful.
I don't know what you like more, Falcon 9 or just absolutely bashing on. You really like Falcon 9, so that's saying it's like you could be like across town and someone says, hey, you have to walk 45 minutes, but you get to bash Vandenberg, and you're like, okay, sure, let's go. Like, I don't understand why you hate it. it's a beautiful and amazing place when you can see 5 feet in front of your face.
Yeah. Even then, there's like mountains and hills and things like that. Florida is a lot more flat.
Yeah, it's
California is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The hills, the cliffs out on the ocean. I'm sure if a launch is ever visible there, it is it is a beauty.
Oh man.
Speaking of watching launches, oh, go on, Jack.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Speaking of watching launches, Kevin, I don't know if we've got some replays now being queued up. We'll find out. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe.
I may disagree
Maybe not.
about Ship 26 being the best, but at least which coast is the best coast, D?
Oh, I'm
Is
gonna
this
get
slow-mo?
in trouble for saying this, but West Coast, best coast.
There.
Oh.
That's been said. Wait, so I can't see the screen, so you have to tell me what you're watching.
We're seeing
We are
these
watching
slow-mo
Sean's
shots.
insane slow-mo.
Oh yeah.
Look at the shockwaves.
Yes.
Look at that.
The really cool thing about this shot
I think this is...
he put it on a star tracker that he has, and he was able to use the star tracker to use the camera to track the rocket. Like, it's not just a static shot of liftoff. He then continues to track the rocket afterward, which is really cool.
The shockwaves are just mind-bendingly awesome at this frame rate.
Yeah, I think the shockwaves might be my favorite part of a Starship launch. At least until they launch at night and or do a jellyfish. Because hot staging jellyfish is going to slap.
Forget about jellyfish
I haven't even
in
thought
terms
of
of
that.
like the hot staging. Just think about that Mach Diamond. That super Mach Diamond, whatever you want to call it, but during the night. That's gonna break a lot of minds, I think. And the shockwaves as well during the night. Because then the only way that you can see the shockwaves it's because of the exhaust itself, of the of the light of the engine, which sometimes it's like even more epic.
The shockwave from SLS on Artemis 1 was amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah. To your point, Alex, that's going to be something to look forward to.
And yeah, someone was saying in chat, you can still see the shockwaves even after Starship has cleared the tower. Like, it's still already well up in the air, and you still see the shockwaves. Is that powerful?
Yeah. And you can still see here Sean's slow-mo continuing to track the vehicle past through the clouds from... this was at our highway site, so not that far from the pad. I mean, it's like... he put it on his Twitter, I think. It's like 3 minutes of just beautiful footage. I think it's like 30 seconds of footage expanded into like 3.5 minutes or something, whatever the math is. It's very pretty. Very, very pretty. Very quickly, though, as we get kicking off here on the Flame Trench, a bit of support coming in. So very much to a big thank you to Vanessa for becoming a PadRap member. Rankly for the $2. SpaceX or Skynet? That flap was very Terminatory. Funny. We'll get onto Starship soon. And Anonymous has been on the store. Thank you very much for that. Get in the shirt. I think. Find out. Am I about to get covered in merch? I don't know. I don't know if the panel's holding up. Anyway, RC Horseman, thank you very much for the 10 gifted Red Team memberships. Very common name in chat. See you all the time at Ground Umbilical Coverage. Yes, you did.
RC.
You did.
He was down for launch. That was really cool. What's up, RC Horseman?
Ground Umbilical Carrier Plate is saying that the marathon coverage was amazing. I love you all. Thank you very much for support, Ground Umbilical Carrier Plate. And Musical Walls, another very common name. I thought only in KSP can Ship 29 survive the plasma burn through the flap. It was a bit unbelievable. Just seeing the plasma just kind of pop up in between the hinges and then a whole corner of that flap just melts off. I mean, I think
Yeah,
everybody's
that was-
emotions at that point were like, what on earth? How, and how?
Yeah, I just kept expecting to see the flap like shear off. I didn't expect it to hang on. I have no idea how it did. It's so it just hurts me to even think about, like, that poor little flap. But it did great, right? I mean, it held on all the way down.
Yeah.
I had no expectations of it making it that far, and I was watching, like, as the altitude was decreasing, and we were comparing it to the last flight, and we were like, okay, when are we going to lose it? It wasn't like, will we lose it? It was like, when? But no, it just kept going. And there were a couple blips where they lost signal, and I was like, oh, that must be it. Then it came right back.
Yep.
That was incredible.
Yeah, and it's been so long since the suborbital campaign, and I could not remember how late it was when they would ignite those Raptor engines on the ship and move the flaps in order to flip it and do the belly flop, flip, burn, land, maneuver, splashdown, whatever, right? I was like, 2 kilometers, this is close. It says 1 kilometer now. Like, what? Nothing's happening. This is just going to smack into the Indian Ocean.
Yeah.
And then the engines ignited. Yeah, it was like, how late are they going? They have half, like, because we only saw for the last part of that entry, we only saw the front forward one of the flaps at the top. So I'm kind of assuming, like, well, if this is happening to this flap, it must be happening to the other flap, and the aft flaps must be in trouble as well. So I'm like,
I hadn't thought about that.
I'm kind of mapping that damage to all the other flaps. We don't know if they're intact, if they're damaged. Like, so I'm assuming they are exactly the same damage. And I'm like, how on earth is this thing going to flip with that much damage? But it did. Somehow it did.
Yeah, maybe it's just like my lack of sleep, but in my head, like, my brain thought about this as one of the flaps was damaged. But we just saw that one of the flaps was damaged. It doesn't mean the others were unscathed, which is really interesting to think about. I would give anything to see pictures of the ship in the water or what have you after landing, just to see what it looked like. Oh, I bet it was beautiful. It was absolutely.
I remember when it, like, when it passed 10 kilometers, we were on stream, and I yelled, like, we are right now at the point of the 10-kilometer hops, right? Because it went up,
oh, it's incredible,
and then it started
footage.
coming back down from 10 kilometers, and it was like, this is it. This is something that we have already seen, right? And we should expect how it looks like, because we've seen it. And still, like, I was trying to picture in my brain how it looks like, everything from the outside, just because we had seen those hubs, and it was like, when is it gonna be? Because I remember that it was very close to the ground, and it probably was like under 1 kilometer when they did the flips, but I never actually got to know, like, how close to the ground it was. And yeah, one of the things that this confirmed as well is that when the hops happened, we sort of thought that maybe the terminal velocity probably was 100 meters per second, aka 360 kilometers per hour. It more or less reached that point before the flip, so that was cool. But yeah, like, when I saw, the engines, you don't see it on the graphics, but you can see the flashes of the 3 engines igniting, and then the flap opens, because that's part of the flip. The forward flaps open, the aft flaps tuck in, the engine's gimbal, and the whole thing, flips vertical. And then once it's vertical, it essentially folds the forward flaps, and then it lands vertically. And so you can see on that flip how the flap just goes flat, the whole thing goes vertical, and then it tucks in. And it's like, how can it even move after that? Like, I was just mind blown at the fact that it could still move and do the whole process of, deploying, then tuck in and everything, and while the engines were running. Another thing as well is that this is the first time they've done this coming from space, right? Because we saw, SN 8, 9, 10, 11, and 15. Well, 11, we didn't see it, but, it tried, at least. And
grumble.
Yeah, and it was like these ships have different flaps, at least on the aft section, if I remember correctly. The aft flaps were changed for ship 20, and the shape and size it's still being the same afterwards, so it still has the same kind of size. It uses Raptor 2s, right? It has RVACs, which are not used, but they are there in the engine section. Like there are so many changes, and still the flip was like we saw. Like I didn't see any major changes in the process of doing the flip. You know, via the little things that we could see in the telemetry and on the video. Like I don't know, it demonstrated that after 3 years, they demonstrated the flip, right, with SN15, and I think a lot of people, including myself, were like, was that a fluke? Can they nail it again?
Right.
They nailed it, and after a re-entry with a damaged flap, maybe more than that, damaged, right? It's like, how?
Yeah, they nailed it from space, which
Exactly.
is absurd.
Yeah.
Guys, I have to interrupt you with all your serious talk because I just need you to look at the reactions of you guys during this moment. Like,
Is this NSF reacts to NSF reacts?
this is NSF reacts
pretend-
to NSF reacts.
Pretend it's theater of the mind. Like I can't see the screen, so you have to describe to me the reactions. So this is going to be good.
All right, Jack. Right now, you're leaning in real close to the camera. It's a real flattering angle, I must say.
I mean, there's no angle of me that's not flattering.
Adrian's just in disbelief here,
Yeah, but
and then
be
he's
careful,
very
'cause this is like
excited.
15 minutes before the flip, so this is gonna take a long while.
We've got nothing but time on the road here.
10 hours, 13 minutes.
You all know you signed up for a 10-hour
Hey, we-
stream,
we-
right?
Yeah, we can do that. There's a Starlink launch later, so we can cover that as well. You know,
Let's go.
Oh,
the
I'd love to
road.
see a Starlink. It's been a while since I've seen one of those.
It actually has.
It genuinely has
Yeah.
been a while since I've
It-
seen a Starlink launch.
it is.
I haven't
We've been missing you,
been
D.
for a while.
Yeah, Alex. I suppose whilst we're dabbling in things here, what Starlink stuff is happening? Because if I think correctly, we're got a
Speaking of
northeast
Starlink, by the way, you
corridor
can see
tonight.
there views by Starlink.
Exactly, views by Starlink from Starship.
Thanks to
those
Falcon
Starlinks
9,
which are
'cause it
going up right
launched-
now are helping
Exactly.
Starship.
Thanks to Falcon 9, because it launched all of the Starlinks that then were used for this Starship stream. So just saying.
And it's such
one
an
interesting
excellent
thing.
advertisement
Okay.
for them.
Yeah,
It is.
it is, because it's like.
I'm thinking about this. I don't know if this is the world's most expensive advert for a service.
It probably isn't, but you know.
Falcon Heavy and the Tesla Roadster there.
How much did
maybe.
it cost to send Coke and Pepsi to the up into space? That probably cost a pretty penny because it used the shuttle.
that's the flip.
So... And there, we've mentioned shuttle, so Crispy is happy.
There's our reaction to the flip. There you go. This is me seeing the engine burn. Like, what? You can see my face of like concentration looking at the telemetry, and then that's my reaction when I see the the speed going down.
Yeah, being able to see
Ocean.
the degradation of the camera view just
And
from the
tip over.
damage to the camera.
Yeah, there was that moment where the camera
Melted.
glass or whatever shattered. Like, it's just, wow.
Melted steel glass, just melted steel glass gunk, as I described it, just being splattered over the lens of the camera. It's just, it was difficult to see through, but you could see like just enough to know what happened and see that it worked. Like, still,
Jack, we
it's
need
crazy to
put
say
bacon.
it worked.
Bacon flaps. We need that.
What?
Extra crispy. Put bacon on the flaps.
What?
Come on.
Okay, sure.
I think we're
I
past the
know
point of
launch
crispy here,
photographers
Alex.
have joked many times about leaving food near the flame trench for a launch to like see, can we roast some
Yeah.
marshmallows? Could we could we make bacon? But I feel like that would be a bad idea and attract animals near there.
As someone said, Alex
And
laughing at
these
his
colours
reaction.
too.
Yes.
These colours also are just mesmerising.
It's
The
like,
green-
how can that be produced?
We're on purple right
That's
now.
purple and orange. Like, it's orange, purple, then,
It's
then
purple.
like green, bluish.
We need to get all
Yellow.
the colors in the intro. It's, just, it's orange,
All
it's
of them.
purple, it's green from the different re-entries.
I also might need to clip the Scott Manley vacuum Raptors. It's too good. It's too good. I haven't forgotten about that. It was too perfect. Vacuum.
Yeah.
I can't do it as good as he can.
That was amazing that we had, Scott, Marcus, we had Joan Krause, and also Eric Berger as well. Those were great guests on the stream, to be fair.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah, I was loving
Yeah.
I loved all of it, but I really loved the burger segment was really good. I was just like, it was just good
future and everything.
good food for thought. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. With a very magnificent video written by a magnificent person, and voiceover by someone that is completely irrelevant.
Loving this video.
Yeah.
See, I
I
haven't
could not
actually
believe.
spent the time. I haven't actually spent the time to go back and fully watch our coverage, which
Same.
I really need to. But we were live for so long, and during all of that, I was setting up, editing behind the scenes, and then finally tearing down. And once we were done with that, it was time to sleep. So,
You've
we've
got 10 hours left on your
in this
drive. Our stream was
Yeah.
10 hours.
We do-
I mean,
Do we do a watch
come on.
along for the next 10
Yeah.
hours?
I don't see any reason why not.
All right.
Yeah, one of the things at least that we got this time was the hot staging. Kevin, are you over there?
Oh. Speaking of hot staging, I think
Ooh.
the re-entry views, of course, were mind-blowing, and I'm so happy that the camera didn't get more dirty, and I'm almost happy it didn't get less dirty too, just because like the view it made the views that much more epic. But the other thing about the launch visuals that absolutely blew my mind that I have been able to see, because like there's no time to go back and look at everything yet, but when the booster's coming back, there's one point where you can see the hot stage ring like flying past the booster, and it's like, it's just like Kerbal! It's just like Kerbal! It was the coolest dang thing. It's just like mind-blowing. Which is stupid, right? Because Kerbal is just like real life. It's not the other, but still, I've never seen anything like that. It was crazy.
And they showcased
And-
brand new live views on the booster too. Alex, you
Looking up.
geek out about the views.
Yeah, because we only got the down facing the whatever, the one that looks down on the booster, and you have the grid thing here on the side. But then we got 2 extra views looking up, and then we had the one at the top dome. We were able to see, because it was actually on the top dome view that we saw the hot staging ring flying by essentially as the booster was coming down, and then on the forward-facing cameras, essentially the ones that are looking up to the booster, you can see the contrail as the booster comes down through the thickest part of the atmosphere. It's like going Mach 2, Mach 1, essentially, slowing down, getting through the speed of sound. You can see the contrail, that vapor that is produced, because it's going so fast that just the atmosphere, all of the vapor in the atmosphere just condenses and creates this amazing cloud, and you can see that contrail looking up on the booster, and also on the grid fins. Like, if you look closely, it was a very small, tiny window on the SpaceX stream. I kind of wish it was larger, but they were more focused, obviously, on us looking down on the booster and seeing the ocean and everything. But you can still see on the grid fins this condensation happening as well, and how when those grid fins moved, you could see that condensation changing as well, with reacting to the grid fin moving. And so it was crazy, like, wow. And then the deceleration of the booster was about 4.5 Gs, with all those 12 engines instead of 13. That kind of showed also the engine out capability of Super Heavy on the way down. On Falcon 9 with just one engine, it's more like 2 Gs, but they also have another type of landing burn where they ignite the center engine, 2 outer engines that are burning for like maybe 4 or 5 seconds, but on those 4 or 5 seconds they pull up like 5 Gs or something like that to slow down very fast, and they actually save a lot of fuel. I'm thinking perhaps this is why they also do 13 and then down to 3 on Super Heavy, because it's a lot easier if you just wait until the end, ignite a bunch of engines, and then just go down to 3.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex.
I'm gonna.
Yes.
I think I know why you were asking for me. Do you want to play that video? Should we play that video?
What video?
Oh, the one that I showed you earlier.
Oh, well, if you want to.
I mean, we can.
Do it.
So since Ryan
yeah.
has
I
no
wanna
clue
see
what
this
it
video.
is, I'll introduce it. This is behind-the-scenes reactions of our hosts, as well as some of our camera operators behind the scenes, and someone else might make a little bit of a cameo there. So I'll play that for you.
Roll it.
And
right now,
Adrian,
they
what-
have no plans.
Okay, we're under 3 minutes.
Just a quick update as well. They have no plans right now to hold at the usual T-minus 40-second point that they have for a hold.
That's
But,
the-
you know, there's always automatic
Can we take
systems that
RO5?
could prevent that and like, you know, automatically hold at T-minus 40 seconds, so you never know. And yeah, we saw that tower event coming back.
Taking SpaceX. Let's go back to the ship. Six.
Download has wrapped
2.
up on the ship.
I don't have 6 anymore.
That camera view we see here is not going to. That camera's not going to survive long after.
No, that camera is very much like that's what's the next level of danger. That's like
danger. Death cam.
Confirmation that
Yeah.
the download is
Let's take 8-2.
Starship, so boy, 5,000 tons of propellant.
Okay, anybody who's tracking, get ready. We're 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
And we are once.
You can
again
see
here,
how ready
everybody.
we were
We
on
are
the
at
roof with our
below
complete lack of a view.
120 seconds to a Starship potentially launching.
And we just got
this
word
flew
that
by.
prop load is complete. Yeah, prop load is complete. I think it's happening. So we are about 1 minute and 40 seconds out. Adrian, when does the Starship's computers take over the launch count at this point?
Which will be once again similar to Falcon 9 at 1 minute. And going forward from that, if we go down the countdown, we also have a few more minor steps that we will observe here. We will have the verifying go for launch at 30 seconds. Then we have the flame deflector, the giant flame deflector system at the bottom of the rocket, which will activate at 10 seconds. And then the Raptor ignition ignite at 3 seconds. That will be a staged ignition.
Let's
and
take
then at 0
6.
seconds, they will throttle up
Take
the
it.
Raptors above 50%, and then basically achieve a thrust-to-weight ratio of over 1. And as soon as they achieve that,
It still
let's
looks
go.
like it's good.
That's it.
After
So
that, we going.
We're going. And we are at the just about the 40-second mark.
45
to launch.
seconds.
And if they were going to hold, we would probably get word of that right now. But it looks like we're passing through that. We were listening for that hold.
If
to
I
happen.
call
It doesn't
something,
appear to be happening.
Before I say take,
So
if
we
it's
are
frozen,
30
just say it's
seconds out
frozen.
now
From
Nobody
the
else
launch.
talk
They're
except
going.
They're
for
going.
if there's a
All right,
problem.
so that's it, folks. We are
28
going. So what we're
seconds.
going to do is at the end of the count, as we always do, we will be keeping quiet.
Go for launch.
And my heart rate's starting to go now, guys, too. My watch is about to notify me.
Watch for the
So
deluge. Watch for the deluge.
Stand by,
We will-
guys.
The
Yep.
next thing, we are 10 seconds. We should see the deluge now.
CP8, go.
There it is.
And we've got ignition.
Nice.
Ignition.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Launch,
Nice.
everybody. We'll catch you
We're staying there. CP9, take it. Take it. CP9, yes. Yes. Okay. Awesome. CP11, take it.
Yes, 11.
We have 11.
Okay, I see R5 alive.
11.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Going to SpaceX.
Oh, that was the perfect
CP11.
time. That shot
Nice.
with the drone. Wait,
That
did
was
you
very
use the
well
drone?
chosen, Kevin.
I got nothing on the drone.
That is a SpaceX
R10,
feed.
do we have a shot or not? Okay, I didn't see anything either. We lost it. CP11 is live.
But it looks like one engine is out, Adrian.
Yeah, it looks like they lost one Raptor engine so far. They are flying with 32 engines uphill so far, which is good. Like, there's some engine out capability on Super Heavy. They should be still fine.
So far, yeah, max Q.
I realized later that I shouldn't probably put my look at my hands on my mouth.
Oh, they lost it.
And Booster now going for the aggressive flip and boost back burn.
Yeah, looks good.
I see all the
Jay, can
engines
you
so
pull
far
feeds,
good.
please?
That's good.
Uptown now, I guess. We don't have very much.
Yep, we have. And this is already better than the well, the boost back is already looking good, right, Alex?
That's
like
right.
the last time, when did we
See what happens. Also, watch out for the hot staging ring really soon as well.
Oh yeah, I want to see if that happens during the flip.
Yeah. See what happens. We're coming up. See, the thing that we didn't know is that they had pistons on the booster to eject
3
the
engines.
hot staging ring.
All right.
Yep.
I love that.
Thought it was
Right.
going to be on the flip.
They shut things down.
I still think they should put cameras
And
on the
shut
hot
down
staging
all
ring.
engines.
Like I put a camera on the hot staging ring to broadcast the booster from.
And now let's wait for if they actually deploy doing a rotation, because now you can see the start of the
Jay,
rotation.
Oh,
I'm not
here you go.
getting any
Look at
audio
There we go.
from
Yes,
official.
exactly that. Because that
Staging
means
ring.
they're doing that because the
Make sure it's going to
difference in,
A.
like mass makes it now float away. It's kind of like a Starlink deploy.
And it's flipping.
That's awesome.
You can see there the host behind the scenes. Let me see that.
Oh, do we get full screen Kevin?
Uh-oh,
Wow.
slow. Oh no.
That landing might just begun.
Kevin reacts.
What? What?
I love it. That's so good. I love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
I apparently didn't know whether to
Happy
laugh
Kevin.
or cry at that moment. That was just crazy.
We need an emoji just of Kevin being very happy after that landing.
We certainly
Yes.
don't need that emoji.
Happy Kevin.
Yes, we need it.
Well,
Happy
everybody has
Kevin.
an emoji. There's an Adrian emoji. There's like 20 Alex emojis. There's several me emojis, much to my chagrin.
Yes.
I'm Kevin. It's
I don't
only
even
my
know why
second
don't we
time
have
on
a Ryan
screen, so I don't
emoji.
know if I have any emoji yet. Yeah, we're gonna have to make you an emoji. Everybody.
Work in progress.
There was a video, I think I'm going to try see if I can grab a link for you now, Kevin. There was a video from Sean that he set up on his phone with a very... Oh, I've just made a copy of it by accident. Let's undo that. I want the link, not a copy of the video. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. Share, get link. We're doing it live. Copy link. Okay, right, let me paste it in here for you, Kevin. Jack went
doing great,
absolutely
Ryan.
bonkers. Oh, so, thanks, Jack. You went bonkers
Oh, the
at
behind the
some
scenes
point after
maneuver.
launch, because I think what I assume happened is the clouds obscured, or the fog obscured the pad from your perspective at our river site, but there was like a thin gap in the clouds where it went through, and you just went berserk.
Yeah, there was like 1 or 2 moments where it cleared a hole in the clouds, and it was like, you know, we saw a very dim amount of red when it lifted off, and that's about it. And then, but yeah, when it peeked out of the clouds, it was just so beautiful. I was just like, ah, go! So yeah, I mean, and at that point, there was no, like, the gap was so small, there was no way I was going to be able to get my
my camera on it. Although I did try, but like, it's just like at that point, just enjoy it, you know?
Yeah.
Hey Ryan, while I'm downloading this video that you just sent me, why don't you address some support?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Maybe we should fill the time. It's about 1 minute 40 seconds for you, Kevin. I'm going to look in the panel now because Space Pope with
That's
a
like...
$500 super chat.
What?
I said at the start of the stream, we need to be thanking the people from the Starliner stream, from the Starship stream. Space Pope now just another level on the flame trench. We're just hanging out with you guys.
Thank you so much.
The Space Pope.
It's crazy.
I'll read out the message. Space blessings to Dee and Jack on their travels. May the wind be at your backs and also in your tyres. Cheers to the rest of the crew. I missed this live, but this stream is making up for that. Much love, and here's to future launches. Well, thank you very much, Space Pope.
Yeah, thank you, Space Pope. That's amazing. May your holy reptilianness continue onward into the galaxy forever.
There are no words. But thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Well, I think I have that video, Ryan. Was there any questions that you wanted to address before that, or?
I just want to see Jack
go
going
ahead and
bonkers.
Reconnect. Okay, cool. Let's do it. I'm gonna play it right now. Or not. Here we go. Oh, this is 7 minutes long.
Yeah, you want to go to about 1 minute and 40 seconds in. Or go to like 1 minute 30.
1:30. Okay, I'm just gonna speed through. Here we go. This is 1:15.
Wow! That's loud. It's ripping the air. You can see Andrew taking it in. There you go. Jack probably like, move away, loud.
I love just seeing Sean on his laptop, like clicking to track.
Right.
Like,
I mean, hey, it worked.
Yeah, that was an amazing shot.
People are saying Jack was like, you know, old man yells at cloud. Literally, he was yelling at cloud.
I was yelling at Rocket.
Sure, yeah.
It doesn't fly right unless you tell it to go.
It's just something about that moment which I don't know. You can. It's a very clear indication of the passion and the excitement, and it's just like it's there, it's going.
Yeah, I mean it's really easy to be stressed out about cameras working and delivering a good product to everybody that's watching it, and like artistically making something that stands apart and makes you happy as an artist, and and all the gear. It's a lot to stress about and worry about. But at T0, once the thing's in the air, you can't really stress about it at that point. And if you can't get a camera on it, then look at it with your eyes and celebrate. And it's like not even a conscious decision I made. It was just like, in the moment, I forgot everything that existed except for rocket in sky, good.
Yeah, like at the point of launch, it doesn't matter how tired you've been, how long you've been up working. Like once you get to the moment of launch, you're awake until you lose view of it, and then the tiredness hits you. Ooh, what is this view?
This is Das and Jack playing with trailer. Dee, you're in the background somewhere talking to someone. I don't know. You talk to a lot of people, I assume.
Yeah, I was running around. I have so much more behind the scenes footage to share.
So this is also, it seems, Jack set up a camera in Danger Lot. I think you set up a GoPro, Jack?
Yep.
Should we show that?
Yeah, let's do it.
God, look at the light.
The sun through the clouds there.
And the sound also.
Sound on this one was really good. Flight 4 visual, audio, chef's kiss. Now there's the ripping, like the air ripping sound, but there's also it's like a disc sounding rumble. Like somebody has a very loosely tuned like tom drum, and it's just like wailing on it 50 miles away. I don't know, it's described, but it's got thunder, like a rolling thunder plus the ripping. It's insane.
Yeah. It's all obviously a single engine is going to be loud, but when you combine so many of them together, and then not only do you get the sound and the shock waves from 33 engines, but you also get the impact on the sound and the shock waves of those engines interacting with each other. You get fluid things happening, like the forces which create the mega Mach diamond, or whatever you want to call it. Like that's going to be impacting the sound as well. So you've basically taken everything together, smashed it all together, and you just make noise. It's
now I saw
crazy.
someone ask in chat if that ripping sound is just from the microphones or if you hear that in real life, and no, that is in real life what you hear. It is easy for phones to add extra like clipping or something with rocket launches because they're just so crazy loud, but that audio that you just heard, that is what it sounds like, and it's amazing.
Yeah, props to Sean for getting that recorder set up. The video from that GoPro also has a appropriate level of, I guess, precision to record good audio, but I did not set it properly. So Sean set up a nice recorder at River Lot, which is why you can hear voices and stuff in the audio I used for the GoPro video. But yeah, it's really good audio. It makes me happy. It makes me happy to hear every time. What I'm really excited for, though,
Jack, go ahead.
I'm really excited for when the Super Heavy booster starts coming back, because we could hear the landing burn way out in the water. And I don't know if it's like I could be making stuff up, but it sounded like we heard a landing burn and or sonic booms or something. But it was very quiet and very muffled, but it was there. And
there was a question about that, actually.
And then shortly after, there was like, it sounded like 2 loud pops. Like, so I don't know if it was the booster going kaflooey or what. I don't even know if that actually happened.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the sonic booms or what, but we could hear it. And point being, when they actually start coming back, like when the booster is coming in hot and to get caught by the tower, those sonic booms are going to be insane. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
And then what, 12, 13 Raptors coming in? Like, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
It's YK. Hopefully that kind of answered your question there. Did anyone hear a sonic boom? Everyone heard a lot of things. Everyone heard everything.
Yeah. Kevin, what was
Jack,
what were you gonna ask Kevin or say?
Yeah, I was going through the behind the scenes videos, and I found this shot of you. I know you can't look, but it's you walking through the flats with your tripod. You seem to do that a lot while you're out there at Boca Chica.
Is it like my tripod slung over my shoulder?
Yep.
Yep, that's how I do. Who shot that? Was that you, G?
No,
it's
from your
literally
glasses.
a you.
you shot it yourself.
What?
I guess you had a GoPro on you, seemingly, for something. Maybe your glasses. I don't know.
It must have been my glasses.
Yeah. We've been working for... Kevin can attest to this. We've been working for a long time trying to get some behind-the-scenes stuff going on in order to share with you in the background. And I think for this flight, we finally... We hit a nice balance because, you know, obviously you can hear the people on stream, but there are so many people behind the stream that you don't see, like, at that moment on stream, right? And it's just great to be able to go back and see how everybody reacted to something that was completely and utterly bonkers. I mean, just... It was insane. It always is. We say this every time, but every flight they manage to add something on top, which is just like, I don't want to say the B word. I do not want to say I'm bored. I am not bored at all. But we've seen flight 2, 3, and 4. We've seen clean ascents all the way up to separation at this point. It's like, okay, SpaceX have nailed down the ascent. Now let's see the spicy parts. Let's see the recovery. And they're doing it. And they're streaming it live via Starlink to get the plasma. I mean, how should I word this? We've seen rockets fly upwards before. We've seen Falcon boosters land before. We've never seen both sections of a fully reusable vehicle return back to Earth before. We've never seen a vehicle of this scale be recovered before. That's the new thing. That's the spicy thing. That's what we are excited about. And I just feel like now each flight, SpaceX are drip feeding us a little bit more. We've got a ship past the peak heating of re-entry now. We've got a booster past the landing burn now. It's like we're getting a little bit more every flight, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see it. And we're now seeing Jack behind you.
This is
we can
literally
see
behind the
fog.
scenes.
Yes,
like,
literally behind the
literal
scenes.
sense.
Is that my BTS video?
Yes, I think, right?
Yeah, it's over everybody's shoulder. By the way, we're probably being drowned out by rocket sounds now at this point.
Oh, what a big problem to have. I'm crying right now because that's a big problem. Ah, there you go. Car alarms.
All right, who's car alarm? I've been there before, but
Yeah, don't lock your car.
You had visibility that high in the sky. Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, I really wish I could have gotten a shot of it, because like the entire launch, I could throw away any other content that I would have gotten. The very brief glimpse of it going through the clouds right then would have been, especially 4K 120 in log, but
oh yeah,
couldn't get it. Oh well, there'll be more launches.
Yeah. I do have to say, from an editing perspective, the footage for your tracking footage from Flight 2 that Sean did a color grade on is like some of the most mesmerizing launch footage I've ever seen. So when we get, we just need to, Flight 2 I think had the best visibility of any launch so far, so we just need to get to a launch. We need a Starship launch with that visibility. I mean, it's going to be bonkers to see something like that again. I get it's just luck of the draw, really, right? Launches sometimes are fogged out, and we just like practically every launch at Vandenberg, as you know, Jack. So we just need to get over that fact. Clear skies on a beautiful launch is just going to be, I cannot wait for a Flight 2 sky lighting conditions like that to happen again. It's just going to be insane.
Yeah, and the cool part is like, I agree. Flight 2 tracking footage that I got was really great, but you know what sucks? We couldn't get that live because my dumb face unplugged the Starlink in like T-minus 8 minutes, thinking it would come back in time when it didn't. So I was really looking forward to Flight 4 to get that same shot but have it be live, so Kevin doesn't have to worry about not having cameras. But yeah, it's just the way that it goes. There'll be more opportunities to get that shot. And what's even cooler is, don't get me wrong, like I said, I'm very proud of that shot from Flight 2. It's probably my favorite thing I've ever shot. However, there's more that can be done. Hear me out, Ryan. That was a 600 millimeter f4 doubled to 1200. What if I rented the 1200 and doubled it to 24?
Jack, your laugh is evil, and I love it.
If you want more zoomed in, we can do more zoomed in.
Jack, next flight, I'll bring my 2,000 millimeter telescope. We can throw 2x teleconverter on there, and then we can use a micro four thirds camera, so we've got a 2x crop factor. So we're tracking at like 8,000 millimeters equivalent, so we can like see the individual atoms in the air.
Good. No, I mean I really do want a nice atoms. I really do want a nice tight shot of hot staging from the ground, but it will require something like that. So stay tuned and continue supporting us. Thank you again for all the support, because that's how we get to do even crazier things.
Yeah. The good thing is that there's going to be a lot of attempts, because Starship is going to just increase the cadence even more. So.
Right, like, I don't know, it's a little bit inside baseball, but I get very stressed out for Starship launches in particular, just because it's a big deal, and I want to do good. But really, with Flight 4, for me personally, it was a very low level of stress. I was like, we've seen Ascent. I've personally have gotten really good footage of Ascent. I'm not worried about doing a bad job, or I'm not going to be. I'm bummed we didn't get to see it, but I'm not heartbroken or anything like I was for SN11 or for IFA, for example, the in-flight abort test of Dragon. So it's like, it was nice to not be super insanely stressed, and because it wasn't the first launch, it wasn't the first successful launch, so it's like a little bit of pressure off, right? It's not a major milestone. And a big part of that is just knowing that Starship is going to fly a whole stinking lot, so you don't have to worry. Like, there will be days where the views are pristine. There will be days where the views are better than they were for IFT2. There will be night launches, which are going to be a whole separate ball game. Like,
yeah. Well, and also other things, because I guess this is probably a good seg to the next sort of not topic, but more like within Starship, next item in the list. When catch, right? Because it's like, it might happen next flight. It's still, Elon said that he wants it to happen next flight, but they still need to analyze the data from this flight to make a final decision, which is fair, right? It's completely true that just because it's soft landed, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be all super perfect or anything. They need to look closely at the data, make sure that they can calculate the risk of being able to actually catch the booster back on the sticks. So obviously, we don't know yet if that's gonna happen, but it could happen on the next flight. And the exciting thing is that from a regulatory perspective, it doesn't seem like we need any license modification, because it seemed, well, we might need it if they actually want to come back to the pad. But if not, if they just want to land in the Gulf of Mexico, we could see them still using the same license. But also, we haven't had any news from the FAA of a mishap investigation or anything. If you look at the profile, it didn't seem to me, at the very least.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but on previous flights, the FAA has come out and said, like, we will be doing a mishap investigation, like, pretty much same day, right? Like, same day. So
within an hour or so of the flight. Yeah. And we haven't really seen any comment from the FAA on any of that. Like, we will have gotten it already if at least it had been so straightforward that it was triggering a mishap investigation. We will probably, maybe the FAA is still looking at it, right? Maybe looking at the very little details you still have to make sure. But on the previous flights, it at least seemed a lot more straightforward. So much so that they released that sort of statement that, yeah, hey, there's a mishap investigation within an hour or so. And nowadays we really.
I've just checked our back channel.
Yeah, I've seen the same.
And I'm gonna wait. Yeah.
But I don't know if that's news or
our very own
news.
Adrian, who very realistically messaged me at the start of the stream to tell me no one else was available. That was, Oscar worthy, I think, saying, I have a statement from the FAA. I'm now just waiting for him to post the statement. So.
And he just stayed there. It's like, Adrian, keep going. What did it say?
He stopped typing. Why did you stop typing? Keep going. Give it to us. The FAA is assessing the operation. We will let you know if we determine an investigation is warranted. They cannot rule it out yet.
Yeah. But that means it's not as straightforward as the previous 3 flights, right? Like, they really need to look at it if they actually need a mishap. The previous 3 flights, they immediately said within an hour or so, hey, this triggers a mishap investigation. Now it's like, we'll look at it and see what happens. So B thinks that it's probably gonna side on the on the side of it's probably not gonna have a mishap investigation. So yeah. That's.
But this is great progress that it's not obvious what the FAA should do, which is excellent because.
Like, I kind of want to go back and watch several of our streams before launch, because it was always a common question of, like, how far do you think it's going to get? Will ship make it? Will booster make it? Like, that kind of thing. I don't even remember what my answers were over all the times we've been asked that, but I definitely did not expect ship and booster to successfully soft splashdown.
Not at all.
They've made the exact amount of progress, probably more than we all hoped, and that they need to get Starship fully and rapidly.
And the flip and landing.
Hooray!
I don't know if you remember, Jack. For Flight 3, there was this documentation that came out. They switched from landing in the Pacific to attempting a landing, or a splashdown, I guess, in the Indian Ocean. And so we had this sort of documentation for them to be able, this environmental review documentation to be able to go and land in the Indian Ocean. And I remember writing the Starbase update from after the flight, where we sort of talk about that documentation that had come out before the launch happened. And I remember writing, because that document said in the future, towards the end of the year, we'll attempt soft landings in the Indian Ocean, right? That was the wording from the SpaceX on that documentation, that they were going to be attempting soft landings. I did not expect that it was literally going to be the next flight, right? Like, it said towards the end of 2024. We reported that on Starbase update because, of course, that's what the documentation said, where SpaceX, in writing, said, hey, it's going to be, we're attempting to do that later this year, towards the end of 2024. It happened already! This thing landed softly on the ocean after coming back from space. Like, how about that? Something that they were, targeting late 2024 in writing on a document that is out there, right? I don't have it here for Kevin to show, but trust me, it's there. It happened already. June 2024. Like not even middle of the year. I think that's progress. I don't know about you guys, but it's like, man,
They have hit
I did not expect this to happen so
separate
early.
checkpoint every flight.
Yeah. Like I was sort of thinking, well, we're gonna get maybe through the peak heating, but maybe it'll get destroyed or something. And we'll have to wait for like ship 30 to go through the entire thing, and then even getting close to the ocean, and then maybe 31 or even V2 will get to the point of actually doing the flipped landing, right? Like I totally did not expect this to go all the way through and do the flip and burn. And again, even with a flap getting that burn through, it's crazy. It's just like, wow.
Yeah. I think flight 1 is safe to say.
Yeah.
Flaps getting burned through. Like the one burned through, you better believe the other ones did well.
The others, yeah.
Yeah, I think flight 1 is probably safe to say the only thing it successfully did was leave the pad. After that, the Raptors kind of started eating themselves, and then it flipped and flipped and flipped. Flight 2, they got a full ascent in. The booster did its job all the way up until stage separation, then it was lost. And then the ship got all the way up till nearly the end of its ascent burn, and then blew up. Flight 3, the booster successfully went through separation and then descended down to just above the ocean and then ruddered. The ship got through its rest of the coast phase and then successfully hit entry interface. And now on Flight 4, the booster has gone through what it failed to do last time, successfully soft splashed down. The ship has gotten through what it failed to do last time and successfully splashed down in the Indian Ocean. Every single flight, SpaceX is making clear progress to the next checkpoint in the flight profile. Now, they've done their current suborbital flight profile. All they need to do now is prove they can deorbit the ship, really like the Raptors in space, prove that they can make the thermal protection a little bit more reliable so the flaps don't have like a massive chunk bitten out of them, and then they can get into the orbital campaign, like the full-on. We can have the orbital discussion all day, but into the full-on in a stable orbit, goes around the Earth multiple times. We are on the doorstep of that now, which is incredible. Like, in the span of 6-7 months, they've launched 3 times now, and they've made dramatic progress. Like, it's only going to get faster. Where are we going to be in 6 months' time? Like, just think of that. Where are we going to be in 6 months' time? Over the last 6 months, we've seen 2, 3, and 4. They've gone from not being able to get past separation to being able to splash down softly. I mean, nobody can say this isn't significant progress.
I think there's a very good chance that. Sorry, D.
Sorry, go ahead.
Since they are in a different feed, they're probably a little bit more late. But yeah, you know, we had that video that you voiced over ahead of that launch, where we're like, what's gonna be the next year of a Starship, right? Because it's been almost, you know, a little bit over a year since the first launch of a Starship, and it's like, what's gonna be the next year? And we outlined some of the, you know, things about how version 2 is about to come online. Version 1 is going to be outdated soon. How we're already seeing, you know, pieces of development for version 2. We're starting to see up to 3 launch pads in different stages of build up, I guess. We have LC-39A. They're getting now the launch mount foundations. They already have the tower there. We have pieces for the tower, the second tower at Starbase. Also the foundations for both the OLM and the launch tower. And we have the paperwork already in progress for a third launch pad, a third additional launch pad, apart from the one already at Starbase, but at the Cape. So in total, up to 4 launch pads, you know, in active progress, right? And the other one at the Cape, apart from 39A, they have 39A, and then it will be at Sleek 37, which is where Delta IV Heavy launched from on its last flight. And, you know, now it's no longer being used by ULA. So the Space Force has said, okay, SpaceX wants to launch a Starship. Let's do an environmental review. So that, you know, it takes some time, but the gears are already turning and the paperwork is already in progress. and it's just a matter of time that we see, all the approvals come by, SpaceX going in and starting to build up another tower and things like that. So the next year of a Starship could be one where we see maybe a transition point between janky vehicles. Let's be honest, even Ship 29 compared to what version 2 is going to be, it's going to look like, like we see now SN8. Like, I look at old
Do you
pictures
think
of
that
SN8,
looking at Mark
and I'm
1
like,
to now
wow.
is going to be the same as looking at now to like 2 years in the future?
Yep.
It's very likely.
That's yeah. I think that's. You would be wrong to think otherwise. The whole entire system is going to continue to mature and evolve and get refined, and every company can be like,
I also want to say I don't think Ship 26 is all that janky. So
No. No. Yeah. Shh. I'm not going to accept any of this.
There's also a comment in chat that I just saw about cranking up the cadence. Actually, I think there's probably going to be a pause in the launch cadence after version 1 is already over. Because version 2, it's not even built, right? And just, we mentioned this on the launch live stream yesterday. June 6, 2023 was when Ship 29 was completed. It was fully stacked 1 year before its launch. It takes a long time for these vehicles, and that was when it finished stacking. And this is a new version, right, which will come with its own problems, teething issues, and all of that. They're gonna have to build them, then test them, and build them is not just stacking rings together. You also have to install all the internal components. Many of them are gonna be in new locations. See the flaps, for example, they're gonna be moving leeward. Especially to avoid the
it's going to look so wrong, but I mean, if it means it can get through re-entry.
Yeah.
Jack,
but,
Jack, you said on SBU before that you're not looking forward to it, but what do you think?
Yeah, no, I really don't want them to adjust the location of the flaps. Like, change the design, sure. I'm into the pointier design that we've seen in our most recent flyover, but moving them like offset from 180 degrees apart, I don't want it. Do not want. It's gonna look wrong. Especially because, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. We've talked about that with the forward flaps forever now. That's something we've been expecting based on something Elon, because there's a new Tim interview with Elon, but yeah, is it? Are they going to move the aft flaps as well? Because if it's just the forward flaps, that's the most cursed thing I've ever heard.
Oh, I would not like that if they only moved half of the flaps. That wouldn't be bad. If they move all of them to one side,
right?
Like I can accept that,
right?
But if they do anything split there, that just seems wrong.
Yeah, and also it seems to me at the very least that if they're going to be moving the forward flaps leeward because of the whole hot gas seal that Elon, Tim has had an interview with Elon, and he mentioned that on his interview with Elon, Elon mentioned that while on that interview. Actually, Elon has been saying that for a long time. If you go back to his 2022 interview, I think it was in 2022, like 2 years ago, he already mentioned that the hot gas seal on the flaps on that interface, because it's on a hinge, so you have the aero cover, but you also have movement there, and the plasma can impinge through that hinge, and he precisely already told that 2 years ago. So this is not a new concern. This is not something that just popped up. It is something that they already had in mind well before this, which is not a surprise because SpaceX, Elon has already talked about the leeward forward flaps for a long time. But again, going back to this, is that also a problem on the aft flaps? Like, if it is on the forward flaps, I think then it's also on the aft ones. And so are the aft flaps also going to move leeward? Are they going to be kept on the same location? We don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Are the aft flaps kept tucked for most of entry, or maybe that might be a small difference. I don't know. Either way, please don't move the flaps. It looks good when everything is nice and 180 degrees symmetrical. Like, it looks good. I like the way Starship looks right now. I don't want to hate the way that it looks.
Or they can all just look like Ship 26.
Stop it.
No.
Stop it.
I like
No.
this idea.
They wouldn't be reusable. They would not be
No.
reusable.
Yeah, because no tiles. And we already know what happens
So-
when there's no tiles.
No tiles, no flaps,
I mean,
no
it
reuse.
survived.
It's like the
It
sign
survived,
on
didn't
the gas station: no shirt, no shoes, no service. No tiles, no flaps, no reuse.
Yeah, I mean, it had the missing tiles, and it made it so that they can do propulsive re-entry. They don't need to do the they don't need to do the belly flop. As much as I love the belly flop, they can make
Oh,
it work when he's sick style.
It looks like rightly. Oh, Dee's back now. It looks like rightly the cell service in the area cut out just as you were praising Ship 26. So it looks like America's cellular infrastructure is on our side. That Ship 26 is bad.
How do you feel having American cellular infrastructure on your side? Do you feel good about yourself?
I do not at all.
yeah. So see, one of the things. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I hate to interrupt our wonderful conversation, or wonderful about Ship 26. No one said those two words before. But anyway, we've got some support coming in, and I should probably mention it because it's a little bit old now. Blake, thank you very much for the $20 super chat. We also had Hella Callie with the $5. Thank you very much. So is Ship 29 just floating somewhere in the Indian Ocean right now, Alex, or would they have sunk it by now?
Well, per their environmental assessment, they have the capability, via various means, to just not keep it afloat. It may have, being afloat at first, but it shouldn't last.
Okay.
And the
Stacey
same
Davis,
applies to
thank
the
you very
Reacher as well.
Thank you very much for the $5. We need to see that engine bay footage during the flip. That would be cool to see. SpaceX apparently had 11 internal views. So we know as a fact, SpaceX has cameras they're not sharing with us, maybe for ITAR reasons, maybe just because they're keeping it up their sleeve. We don't know, but obviously they're a private company. They can do whatever they like with those views. I want to see them. Who doesn't want to see them views? Let's be honest. SpaceX, come on. That's one of the things I love about NASA. Even if it takes forever to do a Freedom of Information Act request on something, they eventually come through, right? We eventually get those awesome shots. Anyways, Eric Fraser, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. I was getting ready to use this super chat to remind you of vacuum raptors. Add Epic with the €5. Thank you very much. Why is Ryan not listed as an employee on your About Us page? Because I'm not an employee. We're all contractors. Bob Fillmore, thank you very much for the Canadian. Is that Canadian? Yes. $27.99. Thank you very much for that. Greatly appreciated, everybody. I'm just going to kind of get through these as quickly as possible because I'm aware we do have a Starlink launch coming up tonight. Starlink 10-1.
To talk about that.
Yeah, okay, Alex. Let me get through support. I know you want to talk about Falcon 9. Just let me get through the support.
Go!
Really important because without it, we would not be able to do crazy things like immediately leave Starbase after a Starship launch and drive 13 hours across the American Southwest to then film Virgin Galactic flying. I mean, the car is full of thousands of dollars of gear. I don't know if on the BTS thing where you heard Kevin say take CP11. CP11's right here. He's right behind us. We stole it. Chris B's real mad about that. But we stole CP11. We're really going all out. And it's not just Starship either. So yes, please continue thanking the people who come out with the support because it helps us do truly, shall we say, bat guano insane stuff.
Agree.
Yeah,
I was about
the
to.
support is amazing to see. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah. When we went through the support here at the end of the stream, I was about to ask you to where you've managed to get to so far, but now Jack has said publicly on a live stream he has thousands of dollars of camera equipment in the back of the car. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. John, thank you very much for the support. Say that you missed the launch.
Yeah, We're about to pass through San Antonio. I think Kevin maybe has our location. I don't know if he's able to share our location, but if that is a thing you can do, feel free to throw it up there. We're looking for a burger stand in San Antonio on our drive.
I'm so
because we've not eaten in a while. So there, if you want to share our location, Kevin.
Unfortunately, my
I'm
phone has died, believe it or not, so I can't even get your location up. I've been, ever since yesterday, my phone refuses to charge, so, you know.
Doesn't
we
DAS's
could do
pack
one
have a
thing.
GPS antenna?
Oh my gosh, it does. There's a GPS on the back.
We also stole DAS's pack.
Yeah.
Like, we took everything. We took it all.
I love your laughter after you're like, we're gonna get even better shots. Evil laugh. We've taken CP11. Evil laugh. We've taken DAS's pack. Evil laugh. They've stolen everything. They're just running for the border right now. That's what they're doing. They're taking all of NSF's kit. They're just running for the border.
No, we're going further away from the border. We're running from the border.
Perhaps we should have Ryan showing us where San Antonio is.
No.
Yeah, can you show us? I sent a screenshot.
I'm working on it. Stand by.
That was for Ryan. Thank you, Kevin.
We thought about asking if people, like telling people to tell us where to go for food.
Yeah.
But I Want Hamburgers and P. Terry Hamburgers, not sponsored, are really good. So we're doing that.
Okay.
That's in 26 minutes. So if we're still live, then everybody gets to see us go through a drive-through.
Is that the pack location?
Kevin. That is a screenshot from Google Maps.
We're very high tech here at NSF.
Brilliant. Psychotic Wolf, thanks very much for the support. Norman as well, thanks for the support. I'd rather be flying an X-Wing. Ship 29 is forever best ship, or until first Mars lander anyway. Ship 26 simps can go mutter angrily in a corner somewhere. I agree.
Wow.
Wow.
Shots fired.
Dargold, thank you very much for becoming a Padrap member. Musical Wolves, very common name. Will HLS Starship have flaps? No, but HLS Starship is good Starship. HLS Starship will have extra engines and a lift and astronauts, which means it is far superior to the trash that Ship 26 is.
Wow. You're not holding any punches here with your Ship 26 slander.
Yeah, I mean, just the vitriol in your voice. I can cut it with a knife.
It's been a long day. It's been a very long last couple of days.
Static fire.
That was on Monday. Monday feels like weeks ago. I was literally just before this show.
Yeah.
I have to edit together loads of footage for whoever's writing Starbase Update this weekend. I was just putting the Ship 26 footage together for Alex. And it was like, it doesn't
Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Kevin Michael Reed, and I'm now hosting this show.
Is he just deleting me?
Wait, who's gonna do Starbase Update? We're driving across the country for the next undetermined amount of hours.
Do we have to host
Do it from New Mexico.
I guess we could.
Alright.
Yeah, Jack, we're actually about to start recording right after this, so make sure you got your makeup on.
Alright, we've got all the cameras ready. Our car is full of them. I've got 7 cameras within reach of me, I think.
We need more. We need more cameras.
We do need more cameras.
7 cameras in CP11 just outside of San Antonio, ladies and gentlemen, moving in a car down the interstate. Gary Swift, thanks for the $10 super chat. Astro Joe, thanks for the support. Mr. Rich Texas, thank you for gifting 5 Red Team memberships.
David laughs.
I'm in danger.
Hey, some of these cameras were in a lot more danger the other day.
Evan, thank you very much for the support.
I'm crying.
Do you think they will do another flight of this version 1 just to prove they can repeat the success, or will they go straight to V2? Alex, what do you think?
Well, no, yeah, we already have Flight 5, right? That's version 1 still. And yeah, so actually this is probably a good way to go back to what I said before about, probably having a gap in V1 to V2 in launches. But there's probably, I don't know, there's probably a benefit there, which is the launch pad will be, they'll be able to work on that second launch pad. And so this is something that will be very interesting to see, because then maybe we will also see them, building up a lot more infrastructure at Starbase, and without launches happening left, right, and center, that kind of gives them a benefit.
Very quickly, this came in just 5 minutes
ago. I'm still stuck on the 7 cameras outside of San Antonio thing. I'm still stuck on that. And the worst part is I want to be like, it's actually way more than 7.
It's way more than 7. I just have 7 within reach. 1, 2, 3.
That's not counting
4,
my kit, but we shouldn't do that because then it's even worse. We're making it worse.
If you can see what's outside of their windows right now, someone could try geolocate that for us.
They can't, is the worst part. They probably could.
Oh, it's turned to bars. A big super just came in.
We're back. Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
A big super just came in the last 5 minutes or so from Denny Selly with the 200 Swiss franc. Just saying thanks.
Wow.
I mean,
wow.
That's a huge amount of support, just like Space Pope did. And you've only said thanks. So I assume you're very grateful. Thank you for the support.
Thank you so much.
It means the world.
We are
incredible.
Yeah. And I'll say it again. I said it at the start of the stream. I said it in the middle. I say it again. We got so much support over Starliner and Starship. We had 2 of the biggest launches of the year, dare I say decade, in the span of 48 hours. And we're just doing a flame trench now. Sawyer's not available, EJ's on a plane somewhere, Jack's literally driving to Spaceport America, and we still turned on the cameras. We're just hanging out post Starship now. And you guys are still coming out full force with the huge amounts of support. Like, we are, don't get me wrong, we are so grateful, we are so thankful, we can do so much with all the support you guys have been giving us, but like, we're just here to hang out with you guys. That's all we're here for. We're just here to hang out with everybody in chat.
Yes, we are under exit 141.
Why would you say that?
7 cameras, 7+ cameras, exit 141 on the interstate outside San Antonio.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But seriously, yeah, Denny Selly, sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but thank you so much.
Sir, you know why I pulled you over? No, I was going the speed limit, officer. It's because I love NSF!
Yeah, yep.
In the back channel, they're already joking about a thumbnail for that.
Hey, we are ready. We are ready to go for the next 9 hours and 5 minutes. So.
Gareth,
just
thank you for the
please
£5.
Don't steal our cameras because we want to cover more rocket launches.
Chris B would be very, very mad if someone.
Chris B's already annoyed that we've taken CP11 from Starbase. He'll be like, Chris B, if CP11 goes missing, I mean, I don't want to think about it. Plutonium 239 with the $10. Thank you so much.
Oh wow, I've seen that now, Russell. Yeah, let's keep going with the.
Oh my days, Russell Snodgrass, one of those names that's always doing these huge bits of support. $100. I swear we've already seen your name so many times this week. I mean, guys, what are you doing?
Thank you. We're driving across the country. That's what we're doing. Oh, you meant them.
What?
Jack D, I'm not sure what you're gonna wanna if you're gonna wanna hear this message. Russell
Jack,
Snodgrass
you might
says
pull over now.
Lots of good pawn shops in San Antonio. The camera here for money. Thanks for the coverage yesterday. Go little flap, go. Rian,
Guys,
thanks
thank
for
you
becoming
so
a Red
much.
Team member. Yeah,
I didn't
seriously, UK
quite-
Hudson,
I didn't
thank you
quite
so much
catch
for the
it.
support.
We're going through a whole
Basically-
bunch of like bridges and
Oh, okay.
overpasses and stuff right now. Sorry.
Basically, there's loads of good pawn shops in San Antonio. You can sell the camera gear, sell CP11 for bacon money.
Okay.
Bacon money. I like it.
More bacon, more better.
And Blake
I love
Alexander,
bacon.
just as we're
It's
going in crazy with the amount of support, $400 super chat saying, I had to watch the launch on my iPad at work in secret, so I failed to give my thanks during the stream. I mean, seriously, never feel like you fail to give thanks. Like, we're just here to hang out with you guys. But seriously,
are you a Capcom operator for a spacecraft with the word star in the name? If yes, blink twice.
Yeah, we saw that.
yeah, I saw a screenshot on Twitter. Seriously, Blake, thank you so much. And to everyone else, I mean, I genuinely don't know what to say. Like, I said this on the Starliner stream, but you could only hear my voice then. You can see my face now. This is what happens every time we get a huge super. I'm just sat here in disbelief. I do not know what to say, because the support is just... It's
honestly,
just...
this might sound stupid, so forgive me if it sounds stupid, but, I mean, hey, it's not the first time I've said something stupid on stream. Seriously, though, like, we're driving 13 hours, slept very much. This is not the first time that we've done, you know, long hours. So many people on the team not sleeping, pulling long hours, all that stuff. I don't think the hardest part about, at least what I do here at NSF, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree, I don't think the hardest part is the lack of sleep. I don't think the hardest part is the stress. I don't think any of that is truly hard. The hard thing to do is to adequately thank people for supporting us, especially when they come out with these high dollar supers. It's just like, what possible thing can I say that can adequately express the appropriate level of thanks? Because that's an astounding amount of money. $400 is so much money to me. Yeah. It's insane. And the fact that people, you know, whether it's $100, $400, $20, $1. I mean, I've said this on the stream many times before. You can have a hard time getting your friends and relatives to pay $1 to Apple to back up their stuff on their phone. Like, you're like, oh, I lost all my photos. And I'm like, you know, you can existentially feel great about your life and that you're never going to lose all your photos unless Apple, well, anyways, if you just pay them $1, just $1, and it's like people don't do it and they lose photos and stuff, which are really, really important to them. And yet people are coming out and supporting us with you know, all of this. It's insane. So whether it's $1, whether it's 50 cents, whether it's just hitting the like button, it's insane. It's insane, and there's no adequate way to say thanks. So thank you. Yeah. And on that note, I think we are about 4 minutes to the top of the hour here. There is a Starlink launching, Starlink 10-1.
Is it really Starlink?
I don't know, Alex. Is there? In 1 hour and 3 and a bit minutes. And as you know, for our Starlink launches, we go live exactly as, well, we try to go live 1 hour before T0. And I know someone here who is about to talk about Starlink for the next hour. So Alex, thank you so much for coming on the Flame Trench. You shouldn't be showing off those patches. People are going to steal those patches because they're so hot. Everyone wants one of them patches.
And
okay, there are no patches in this vehicle. There are no patches in this vehicle. Do not rob us from camera gear and patches.
Jack, you can't lie to them.
I think they would. I think they will actually chase your car just for the patches. Yes.
There's people running down the highway right now behind
you. They
you.
could see the antennas sticking off the top of it.
People are still asking about the third flight patches. So yeah. Anyways, wrap it up, Ryan.
Yeah. Okay. Alex, thank you so much for coming on. Also for, I will say, I'm not saying this sarcastically, this is never going to happen again, Alex, so remember this. Thank you so much for all of the work you do. From me.
Dear
That's
Lord.
From me. Thank you so much for everything you've been doing
he's saying
over
that
the
to me.
few days.
That
I'm
must
never
be
going to
so
say
big.
it again.
He's right, though. He is right. Thank you so much, Alex. You knocked it out of the park, as usual.
Yeah. Alex,
you.
not Alex, sorry. Jack and D for bearing the brunt of the mosquitoes, of the heat, of the humidity, of the sand, of the dust, of the pain, of the lack of sleep, in the field, literally getting eaten alive, burnt alive, cooked by the fusion ball that is our sun in South Texas, and now on the road to New Mexico. Thank you two so much as well for all of the work that you've been doing over the last few days.
We love doing this, and it's a privilege to be able to see all these events and cover them. So yeah, this was a great time. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, privilege and an honor. Quick question. We're going to do the 9 million hour driving member stream, right? Like, we're doing that? Can we?
Well, the member show follows.
I'll keep it live for members in Discord.
Just saying.
Awesome.
Member show after Flame Trench. Keep watching. Kevin, thank you for pushing buttons for 24 hours. I don't know how long your shift was.
Forever. It really felt like forever. I mean, because I was up at 4 a.m. for Starliner, and then we did Starliner. I took about a 3-hour nap, and then we were right back to work. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Crazy couple of days. I've been Brian Caton. That's about it. Thank you to our members, as always.
What do you know?
There's people who do
if you've
those
been
huge
Brian
supers.
Caton, what do you are now?
I don't know, Jack. Jack, can I just wrap the stream, please?
I think we all know what you are.
Never.
Can we just wrap the stream, please? I'm not going to say it. There's people who do those huge supers, which are one-off things. There's also people who do those huge supers and are also members. They give us huge amounts of money every month, once a month. Like, thank you so much. The member program is literally the bedrock on which NSF stands as an organization. Like, we could not have a solid, we can't invest in things unless we know if we'll be able to pay for them. And the member program goes a monumental way in making sure we can actually pay for the things we want to invest in, like robots, sending people places. Member program is fundamental to what we do here at NSF. So thank you to everybody who's become a member today, gifted memberships, and those top 2 levels of support, because you're just crazy. And with that, we're at the top of the hour, so I think I now have to hand over to the Starlink stream. Thank you, Alex.
1 hour, yeah.
Thank you, Alex. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been the Flame Trench at the end of a mad week of Starliner, Starship, Starlinks. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
And I'm actually going to hijack the end of the stream, and we're going to play Dee's documentary from yesterday, because that's what it's all about. It's about all the support that you guys give us, allows us to go out and set up millions of cameras at Danger Lot, and we appreciate it. And we also appreciate all our photographers in the field. So I'm going to go ahead and play that. See you later.
We got the truck set, though. And we have hitched up the mobile live stream trailer here to the truck. Safety chains, we check the lights, brakes, and stuff like that. Locked in, good to go with all of that. Sorry for the shake. Don't forget the socket set. Don't forget the socket set.
I'm going for a tight, edged shot. It's one that I've always tried here at this spot, but so far it hasn't completely worked. But I just figure you keep trying it, you'll be able to break through eventually. So just gonna make sure it's in frame. Good there. Check our settings. Don't want to go too high with it.
You know, they told me I'm a rocket photographer, but my real forte is cleaning solar panels.
How is your remote setup going?
It's
going good. I've got a lot of cameras that are going down, but at this specific location, due to smoke from the rocket, you know, the thing that's launching, it's mostly obscured. So this is kind of more of a, you know, it's a risky shot. But if it works, it'll be really cool. But the rest of my cameras are going elsewhere.
What sort of shot is this?
This is a 16 millimeter, just a really wide shot. It's gonna have this tree in frame, it's gonna have Star Hopper and Hopper, and ideally, the idea is it's wide enough that we want the ship to be a full ship above the tower, and you know, get it above the plume.
Sean, how's your trigger working?
Great. Ah! Okay, so I just set a GoPro on the scheduled capture to start at 7 a.m. It'll be recording 4K 120, and we're kind of just deliberating, do we want more cameras in the frame? Because then we get, you know, the camera's getting obliterated. Or do we want more sky in the frame? Because then we get the potential that it clears the plume and you get like Starship in the air, yada yada. So that's the deliberation. But I think that's what we're gonna go with. I don't know if you can pull focus on that.
Send me a screenshot.
Here, I'll take a screenshot right now.
So it is the night before launch, and so the activity out here at the launch site has picked up a ton. There are a ton of space fans filling up, actually not right here, but everywhere down there. The highway is full of people who want to see this rocket up close, and then bright and early tomorrow morning want to see it launch. It's currently golden hour, so we've got the sun nice and low on the horizon, casting some excellent light on the rocket. So everyone's trying to get the best photos they can before the sun sets, hopefully for the very final time on this stack.
Just give one last look here before he hopefully goes up tomorrow. So, just kind of taking it all in, taking in the sights, sounds, everything. Trying to catch the sunset.
Sun has set, so I'm trying to get some time lapses. The beach closes at midnight tonight. There are still a lot of cars out here, as you can see. These are pretty great moments, being able to stand right near the world's largest rocket.
And here we go.
We have liftoff. Propulsion continues to be nominal.
R68 chamber pressure looks good.
Rolling up. Roger, roll, planet.
Water towers fly! Yes!
Echo down to nominal.
Climbing down to FD off.
Bring in FD off.
It's orange!
145! Oh my god!
Décollage! Put that in the big bag,
343 unfolds to go.
Indeed.
We rise together, back to the moon and beyond.
This methane would be igniting in the flare, correct?
Yikes. You dead? Sure. We don't need any more of these.